Part 1. The Mission Briefing. War had consumed the galaxy for 3 long years. Systems toppled, worlds burned, armies of droids swept across the stars, leaving only ruin in their wake. The Jedi, once peacekeepers, had become generals, fighting a war they never asked for. Among them was a young warrior whose power grew as swiftly as his legend. His name was Anakin Skywalker. Inside the Resolute's command chamber, flickering holograms mapped the surface of Corvastar, a volcanic world at the edge of the mid-rim. The blue glow painted the faces of the assembled commanders. Obi-Wan Kenobi stood beside Anakin, arms folded in concern. Obi-Wan: "Let me be perfectly clear, Anakin. Intelligence suggests the Separatists have more than just a factory down there. They may be experimenting with prototype droids, something designed to counter Jedi." Anakin: "Which is exactly why we can't wait. If we give them another month, we'll be fighting thousands of those things on the front lines." Admiral Yularen stepped closer, his voice tense. Admiral Yularen: "Our window of opportunity is limited. If you can infiltrate the Foundry and disable the shield generators, our fleet can strike before they have a chance to evacuate the prototypes." Anakin glanced at Obi-Wan, his jaw set. Anakin: "Then that's what I'll do." Obi-Wan sighed, rubbing his beard. Obi-Wan: "Just try to be careful, and take Ahsoka with you. She needs more field experience." Anakin: "She'll be ready. We all will." The meeting adjourned. As the officers dispersed, Obi-Wan laid a hand on Anakin's shoulder. Obi-Wan: "Remember, sometimes discretion is the better part of valor." Anakin managed a faint smile. Anakin: "Not this time, Master." Part 2. Descent into Shadow. Hours later, Republic gunships pierced the sulphurous clouds over Corvastar. Inside, clone troopers checked their weapons as turbulence rocked the hull. Ahsoka Tano, Anakin's young Padawan, adjusted her gauntlets and looked up at her master. Ahsoka: "Sky Guy, you seem tense, even more than usual." Anakin didn't answer right away. His gaze was fixed on the swirling landscape below. Anakin: "There's something waiting for us down there, something dark." Ahsoka: "You mean Ventress?" Anakin shook his head. Anakin: "No worse." The gunships banked low, flak bursting all around them. Over the comlink, Captain Rex barked orders. Captain Rex: "Touchdown in 30 seconds. All units prepare for immediate deployment." The ramps lowered, and the 500 first stormed out, securing the landing zone amid a hail of blaster fire. Anakin leapt down, lightsaber ignited, deflecting bolts with precise flicks of his wrist. Ahsoka moved to his flank, her green blades cutting through the droids with swift, fluid strikes. In moments, the first wave was down. Rex joined them, visor streaked with grime. Captain Rex: "Perimeter secured, General. No sign of the prototypes yet." Anakin: "Good. We head for the Foundry. Keep your men tight. Ahsoka, stay close." They advanced over rocky ridges toward the towering fortress. Every step felt heavier, as if the darkness itself pressed down on them. Part 3. The Foundrys Heart. Inside the factory, assembly lines clattered and hissed, constructing a new kind of battle droid, sleek, dark-armored, and taller than any B-2. Their hollow eyes glowed a menacing red. Separatist overseers scurried among the machines, unaware that death was coming for them. Anakin watched from a high catwalk, studying the layout. He keyed his comlink. Anakin: "Rex, I see the control nexus. It's the core of their production. If we take it offline, this place is finished." Captain Rex: "Copy that, General. My men will handle the charges." Ahsoka peered over the railing, frowning. Ahsoka: "I count at least 100 droids down there." Anakin: "Then we'd better be quick." They climbed down a maintenance ladder, landing in the shadows behind a row of unfinished droids. Anakin closed his eyes, feeling for the presence he'd sensed. It was closer now, like cold fingers brushing his mind. Voice whispering: "Skywalker, He clenched his jaw, ignoring it. He would not let it distract him. Ahsoka tapped his shoulder. "Ahsoka, Master, look." Across the factory floor, a massive figure emerged. Dark metal, bristling with weapons, standing nearly 3 meters tall. The first prototype. Ahsoka swallowed. "Ahsoka, that thing looks like it eats Jedi for breakfast." "Anakin, then it's about to find out we don't go down easily." As they prepared to strike, alarms wailed. The droids turned as one, red eyes locking on the intruders. The factory erupted in chaos. Anakin charged, his blade blazing. Ahsoka flanked him, moving like a dancer amid the rising storm of blaster fire. Rex and his men burst through the side entrance, planting charges on the main conduits. Explosions rocked the floor, sending droids toppling. The prototype advanced, raising its arms. Twin cannons fired bolts of energy that scorched the walls. Anakin leapt, somersaulting over its head, and drove his lightsaber deep into the power core. The machine let out a keening wail before collapsing in a shower of sparks. Ahsoka stood over it, panting. "Ahsoka, not so tough after all." Anakin smirked. "Anakin, let's finish this." Together, they cut their way to the control nexus. Anakin sliced through the primary conduits, shutting down the factory floor. One by one, the assembly lines fell silent. Part 4. The Confrontation. As the last systems powered down, the cold voice returned, echoing louder than before. Voice, cold, amused. Impressive, but futile. A door slid open behind them. A tall figure in a cloak stepped out, face hidden by a metal mask. Ahsoka stepped back, her blades up. "Ahsoka. Who is that?" Anakin's hand tightened on his lightsaber. "Anakin. An agent of Dooku. Or something worse." The masked figure raised a crimson lightsaber. "Dark figure. You cannot stop what has begun. Your destiny is sealed, Skywalker." "Anakin. My destiny is my own." They clashed, blades igniting the darkened chamber in pulses of red and blue. The figure moved with terrifying speed, pressing Anakin back with each blow. Sparks cascaded around them as metal supports gave way. Ahsoka darted in to help, her green blades intercepting a strike aimed at Anakin's heart. "Dark figure. Even together, you are nothing." Anakin felt anger rising. Hot, fierce, unstoppable. He drew on it, channeling raw power into his assault. Blow by blow, he forced the figure to retreat. A final strike sent the masked opponent staggering. With a flick of the wrist, Anakin tore the lightsaber from the figure's hand and raised his own blade high. Ahsoka watched, eyes wide. "Ahsoka! Master, don't!" For a moment, Anakin hesitated. He saw the figure's fear, and it fed something dark within him. But then he remembered Obi-Wan's words. He deactivated his saber. "Anakin, go. Tell Dooku the Republic will never kneel." The figure backed away, vanishing into the smoke. Rex's voice crackled over the comlink. "Captain Rex, General, the fleet is in position. We need extraction." Anakin turned to Ahsoka, his expression somber. "Anakin, let's go home." Epilog, The Long Shadow. Hours later, aboard the Resolute, Obi-Wan listened silently as Anakin reported. When he finished, Obi-Wan exhaled. "Obi-Wan, another victory, but at what cost?" Anakin looked out the viewport, watching the fire still burning on Corvastar. "Anakin, we stopped them. That's what matters." Obi-Wan laid a hand on his shoulder. "Obi-Wan, be careful, Anakin. That darkness you felt, it's real, and it's growing stronger." Anakin didn't answer. Deep inside, he knew Obi-Wan was right, but he also knew he would do whatever it took to end the war, even if it meant walking closer to the darkness he swore to resist. And so, the Clone Wars raged on, as destiny continued to shape Anakin Skywalker, hero, general, and the man who would one day become something far more dangerous.